Thank you so much for staying tuned. I believe you're waiting patiently to get to know what we have in store for you today on this morning on ITV Sunday's edition. It's all about the Southern Governors Lagos Summit issues raised. They talked about so many things, but majorly it centers on the sharing/zoning formula of various offices in Nigeria into the highly exalted office of the presidency. They talked about zoning, and of course it's the time, according to them, on the turn of the southern part of Nigeria to produce the president. And they went on further to talk about the 3% derivation, talking about for host communities. Yes, are saying that is not enough. They should jack it up to 5% as agreed after negotiations. Don't forget also about their stand on open grazing, saying from August, all southern states must follow suit. 3 major talking points. Well, we're going to start off with, the zoning formula as promulgated or as supported or as backed by the southern governors, saying is the turn of the south to produce the president. But so many persons reacted to it. Vis-a-vis the governor of Kogi State, Bello, said, look, it is not about zoning, it's all about what you can offer to the country. A group from the north also said, if you don't lift the ban on open grazing, we're not going to give you the presidency you so much desire. You have to reconsider. And of course, for the 3% of host communities, they are asking, some northern states are in the lists. Are they producing oil? What about the 5%? Anyway, all these and more will take a look out on today's edition of This Morning on ITV. With me here in the studio is a political analyst, a political affairs commentator, a human rights activist. Join me to welcome Honorable Odigie Owadai of the Nigeria Initiative. Welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm glad to be here.
You get to hear put food on the table, and he was able to really explain the term put food on the table. I call him the voice of the masses. A human rights activist, public affairs commentator, political analyst. Join me to welcome Osaho Okoro Obaraye. Obaraye, welcome to TMI Sunday's edition.
God bless you.
All right. And I really want to thank all of you for really sending your reactions or suggestions to me. Be like Wilson, that guy is part of this party. Why is that party not there? Okay, fine, he was there, but it's not strong enough. Next time, look for stronger persons. We do get that. I get that a lot, and I just smile. If you know that you can really talk the talk, give me a call, and of course, we'll get talking. Let me come to you, Honorable. This wasn't the first time the governors are meeting. They met in Asaba. They called it the Asaba Accord. After considerations and reactions from various stakeholders about a particular summit, they went to Lagos to have another summit, still bordering on the southern governors coming together to map out the way forward. Let's zoom in on the zoning formula supported by the southern governor, even to the office of the president. They're saying it's the turn of the south to present a president to rule the country. Yes, many are reacting to it already. What do you feel about this?
Well, thank you very much. First of all, the second meeting of the southern governors is a roadmap to the emancipation of the southerners, and is a welcome idea or development. The first one, yes, is saying the shivers down the spine of those that have been oppressing us. And because of the flux and the inaction of their pronouncement, which now led to the Lagos declaration. First and foremost, the presidency, zoning of the presidency to the south, it is a welcome development. We don't need to be interested in what other groups from the north are saying. It is expected of them too to react. Let them react to our own action. What we know is that come to 2023, the presidency must come to the South, specifically Southeast. One has to be fair. The Southwest, they had the opportunity by having Obasanjo there. The South-South, we had our opportunity. Jonathan was there. Then the Southeast must have their own opportunity on the condition that they will have somebody who will come and revise the anomalies, the marginalizations that was meted or is being meted on us by the present administration. We do not need somebody like, for example, Amechi.
Hold on now. We wouldn't want to mention names because everybody have the right to contest. Please, let it out.
We do not need some of the Southern leaders who are the apologists of the Northerners. Those that will go to the North and beg the president of the Republic of Niger to accept a railway construction. We do not need the apologists that will create an establishment or a ministry of happiness. We need able men, people with a vision, a benevolent president that will come and represent the true interest of all Nigerians and revise everything that has been done against the South. Southwest should sheath their sword for now. They have no business in 2023. You
just can't say that they have the right to contest if they want to do that.
No, you see, in a democratic process, they have all had their opportunity, each of the zones. The only zone since 1960 that I don't have that opportunity is Southeast. Let's call a spade, and what fair is fair. It has to be a fair play.
Right.
So we are ready to ensure and work with anybody from Southeast as long as the person is not, the Northern, apologist.
Okay, I will come back to you because you're making it feel somewhat personal that we have apologies from Northern apologies were your own comment, but may they just tell you that that's not who they are. They are all Nigerians. Put food on the table. Obaraye, what do you feel about this? He has spoken at length, saying from his own calculation, it should be given to the Southeast specifically. Take it up from there.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think not trying to also run away from what my leader has said, but we must also see that Nigeria politically is not standing on a very good tripod. The reason is because as we speak for the very just now, I don't foresee the present administration, the area is coming from, relinquishing power to any other angle. Because from their behavior, from time inception to where we are now, for the very just now, they've shown to us that we are not one Nigeria.
They never said.
Yeah, no, I said they've shown. I didn't say they said so, they've shown.
According to them, they're not even showing it.
Yeah, okay, that's good, but I bet you to see that if they are not showing it, how come that the bandits, the Boko Haram, that kill and maim, you are hearing a leader of them telling you that how can you compare them that are Boko Haram to somebody like Irobo or neither the guy from the East, Kanu, not also supporting what those people are doing, but it goes to show that if you must come to equity and fair play, everybody must be involved. It was in this country that as we speak for the very just now, Boko Haram has ruled out a governing council in Borno State. That can't happen somewhere else. If it happens, what happened to Igbo will happen to the person. If it also happens, what is happening to Kano now will happen. So how come you are telling me we are in the same place when somebody is telling you that whatever Boko Haram does, they can be forgiven and co-opted back into the Nigerian military system? So is this set of people that are already behaving in such awkward manner that you foresee that will relinquish power? A country where if they want to tell you something, they tell you we are South-South. They tell you, okay, bring somebody from South-South. They tell you South-East, bring somebody, South-West, bring somebody. When it gets to their turn, they will no longer call themselves the North. You will hear North-West, North-West Central, not this. They will divide again their own. Getting. Mark my words, when it gets to the time, they are going to tell you it was Fulani that was president, that the Hausa has not gotten their bite. This is the type of people we have, people that does not really have what it takes to lead. What they have is a ideology of the place I come from must get it no matter what. We should the factor to ourselves. There are some issues we don't need to strain our voice when talking. Tell me who has benefited mostly from all the juicy appointments in this country since the commencement of the first and second tenure of this administration. You don't need the soothsayer to tell you that it's one-sided. So, and they don't see anything negative whenever their people are in the system. But how can a government go against someone who has not declared himself a government of its own when they kill people, took things away, and tell you he has been declared wanted without any formal arrest, without any formal invitation? A country where you sit down, they are telling you that tax has been put again on the fishermen and farmers in Borno State, which they are following. A country where a government representative negotiates with Boko Haram openly. A country where Boko Haram carry bus to carry children over 300 and there's no body holding them from one destination to the other. A country, is that the country you foresee that 2023 they are going to relinquish power? What I see that if you don't understand what these people have done is that from time immemorial, they've given us times 10 of whatsoever number politically we are going to get here. They've also given us times 10 of our constituency. The North has it all. Check it, you are online, and go ahead and see that in the North, the number, a country where people voted in Katsina or somewhere, and there was no vote, no void vote, and nobody voted against another party. That's the system we are. Are you seeing that type of system that they will not also manipulate it when the time comes? And anybody that shouts what they've done to Irobo and Kano will be also meted on that type of person. So, to me, what our governors would have done is to set themselves very well. They should go back and do the work and yet not talk. It's not time to talk yet. People are silent. You can't see, apart from Bello that is shouting with comedians and footballers saying he wants to contest election. There's some about other person shouting there. You can see if I deny that I'm too old to contest election. Those are gimmicks. Those are game plan. I'm also aware that you saw the jingle that came out 48 hours ago of the former Chief Security Sato Abacha. That's already going on. Giving himself all type of juicy names. How he had the power, opportunity to become president, he didn't take it. That man in a sane society supposed to talk. A man that is supposed to be cooling off in prison is telling you that he's the redeemer. That's a disgrace.
Yeah, but according to you, he may differ.
Yeah, that's a disgrace in a sane society. Because his time where he was in the apex of this the government of this country, things was worst. Killing and maiming, suicide. That was when Abiola, the wife, and all of them was assassinated. Rogers telling you, this is the person that sent me. That person is telling you that I want to become the president. So, to me, our governor should go back to the drawing board. All right. What do we really want to do? Okay, let's make South the bills of what everybody wants to see.
Okay.
So that when the time comes, it will be like unison. Nobody can cut out. But don't also believe these people. Why do we not need to believe our leaders? Is that in their closets, what they are doing now is personal interest. The people that we and later go and mark it, get vice president, get SSG, continue with minister, get minister. That is what they are fighting for.
Okay.
Not when they are alone, they know they don't want to be president. What they
Are you talking about the southern governors?
Yes, they know in their closet. They know.
But since you're not in their closet, you don't know what they know right now. You don't know what they are feeling right now.
No, we've been in this town where you see them shouting. Okay. At the end of the day, with oil well, with one contract, everything is gone. Okay. It's not become once upon a time story.
All right, I will come back to you, Obaraye. Well, Obaraye, you spoke at length, and I believe that Owajayi, you heard him, he said it's like the southern governors, they should do more of the work, less of the talk. And according to him, they are just talking. When Lajes will start flying around, they'll just cool down and start looking for a lesser position. Do you agree to his comments?
Well, that is a possibility, and we're in Nigeria, and things like that happen every now and then. So we won't be surprised if it happens again. So it is part of being the, what you call the Nigerian factor. Yes, most of when you look at the action taken, collectively, on individual basis, they don't talk. So they hide under that, canopy. So, it is a collective decision. But each one of them will not have the boldness to speak like Autumn of Benue State. But the 17 governors, they always come together and take a position. As if you're going to kill us, if you're going to kill me, kill us, because it's a position taken by the 17 governors. If they actually represent, we hope that they represent the collective interest of the Southerners, so that they can move us forward. We are tired of living in a space, upside down space, because one ethnic nationality has become the dominant group in Nigeria, overloading others. And we have allowed this thing to continue for so long. I remember in those days, right from even before 1999, for you to join the political party, you have to run to the north. You will see Southerners coming back. Oh, I'm a member of the G38. Oh, I have just gone, we have formed so party in the north. I'm the one that is bringing it to the south. Because we have allowed them to see themselves as lords. It was, fashionable in those days that if you are in the military, for you to become somebody, you have to have a godfather from the north. To say all the cooks that will carried out in the country, they were all carried out by Northerners, who were there as tokens. So for the first time, we have now realized that we are all equal stakeholders in this country called Nigeria. But there's one ethnic group that says, you are all conquered territories. You cannot share the same right with me. That is the problem. And the man at the helm of affair is a hardcore believer of that philosophy. The man in the helm of affair, the man is clannish. He is tribalist. And he's the one that is propagating the philosophy of the caliphate. That is where the problem is. And I won't be surprised if tomorrow it could be part of the script that we will not hand over. Because they know for a fact that whoever comes in is going to be compared to reverse everything that they have done. For the first time, we are going to ask for EFCC, customs. There are some positions, some ministries, some departments, some agencies that are the exclusive rights of that ethnic group. We are going to revise them. They are afraid of all these things. And what they are doing cannot continue forever. Look, my brother, nothing reigns forever.
All right.
At one particular time, Rome was ruling the whole world. Greece was ruling the whole Egypt. And what not. What happened to them today? So what we have here now, yes, the ethnic group, they are all, they position themselves. They will fall. The Songhai Empire fell. Mansa Musa fell. What stops them from falling? Now, the governor, they have taken position and they are being supported by their people. The presidency must come to the south. Bello probably is angling for the position of the vice president. That's what politicians do. Oh, let me also go and indicate interest. I have the money. Then at the end of the day, they will now call, okay, why don't you take the position of the vice president or SSG? So even El-Rufai is as, you say I should not mention him. So at the end of the day, whether they like it or not, we are not begging. We are not appealing. We are telling them that the presidency must come to South. Specifically, the dot in the circle extraction must be the new president of this country.
I will come back to you. That is your own submission. Many may differ from your own submission. People are like saying that 17 versus 19, so to speak, is not a fair deal. We're talking about 17 from the south, 19 from the north. Moreover, with this summit, with this meeting, with this accord, that the Governors Forum is being fractured, and decision that may be made may be against the lesser number of governors from this region. Obara, you take it up from
here. If you listen to my first disposition, you will listen that I already told you that the tripod on which we are standing politically has been tampered with. The North has given themselves high number of voters, high numbers of local government, high numbers of state, high numbers of virtually everything. So they saw these ones. They know that today will come. So that when people will say, let's count with numbers. I get it now. So if we also decide to do election today, let's be factor to ourselves. The Northerners, they will, when they sit on their mat, they become one. When you take it to the east, you have virtually all states wanting to produce a governor. When you take it to the west, Tinubu has been able to also shock that area. So virtually they can settle themselves. But I don't foresee a point where the Easterners can settle themselves, because we've been part of the process where you see the time the Obasanjo wanted a vice president. How nobody voted for the late former vice president before.
Alex
Ekweme. It happened here. His people went against him. So it goes to show that the South is shouting for, we want this, we want that, we want this, we want that. Just a little touch, everything goes down. Election in Southeast, I'm aware you are journalists, you people do carry out election. You see the Southeast people go to Lagos Street here, they will move. On election day, they will open from their shop, still trying to sell. If you go to Lagos Street. On election day, virtually all the Northerners in area and environs move back to the north. You won't see them, but they will be part of the process. You see them collecting money from party A here, party B. When it's about 48 hours, 72 hours for election, they move en masse to the north to go and cast their vote. So they understand even the process more than we shouting. So if we also decide to say it's our turn, naturally, though it's not constitutional, but in the political book, there are some unwritten things that are written when you check it with your third eye. Issues like this time now is no longer as in is the turn of the north, because most of the parties has it on their own book,
unwritten constitution,
unwritten that if we take it from the north after 8 years, we take it to the south. If we take it to the south, we take it to the west. If we like that, it's unwritten. But now, the reason why these people are shouting now, they've seen it that it's not written. So now they want to now open to that side. But when Buhari was contesting, it was written. When they would be shouting after the death of Yar'Adua, as in, let somebody else come and finish their tenure. They knew. And people say, okay, let Jonathan also finish. And the court came, and this is where we are today. So the reason why I'm clamoring, we already have 17. You know, God is not a God of number. Buhari didn't stress the way Atiku has stressed in becoming president. The stress, Atiku, and what he has spent in trying to become president, Buhari has not spent half of it. But today, he has the position of the president. So when God decides to say it's the north of the east, God on his own will settle them amicably.
So you're saying divinity will intervene? Is that what
Yes,
you're saying?
yes, because naturally, I'm saying naturally, naturally, these people, we are part of it. That throw something, just throw something in to say we want the southeast to produce so and so thing. Go and have meeting amongst yourself. You will now start hearing this is Enugu. Enugu. They will now again divide it to the latter to say this one is Anambra. Anambra is close to Delta. So by the time you will divide it again, you will now be more minimal. Unlike the north, who don't see a Fulani neither Hausa when it's time for election. But by the time they get the food they get it, they now come back together to say, now let's enjoy it. So it's also high time we still start playing that, because they've taught us how to do this. We've made a mistake. Because if Jonathan had knew, he would have stepped aside and installed another president. We would not be where we are today. If he had knew that if there was an instrument that can see far, that these people, if they hold it, it will be suicidal. It's for you to have an agreement with your vice president Sambo to say, this is how I want it to go. Let's go this way. Let me flag your campaign. But we've passed there and the mistake has been made. So what I think is the next phase now is that nobody can reverse the day. No man. It's already the turn of the Southerners has spoken. But the Northerners cannot be beaten to the political game or Nigeria political system. You cannot beat them because of they've told us so many fallacy that you have 5 million voters. You go there, you see they've been fighting war since 1990. Now they've been killing. Their numbers are increasing. If you do vote now today, you still get 14 million votes, 13 million votes from the place you get it in Borno. They will not be fighting Borno when election is coming, when result is coming. So who are we? You can see people trying to let us know that we are not in the same country.
Oh my.
If truly we are in the same country, how come the picture, people are not clamoring or shouting, what was the sins of Sunday that was declared wanted?
All right.
I get it. So
okay. Well,
our leaders must, if they are sincere to themselves, not we, because I no longer believe in them, they should prove us wrong by making sure no air enters into the agreement.
Okay. Now, talking about air entering the agreement, it says just throw something, you see confusion. You get to see different views and opinion. That seems to be the bane of a particular region in the country producing a president. He gave an example of late Chief Alex Ekweme, one of the founding members of the PDP, how, according to him, wasn't given enough support by the people of the same region. We saw how that went. Over to you.
Yeah, well, I quite understand his concern. And the South is still not relenting And they have also made the middle bedders to carve a niche for themselves. And the north is no longer as one ethnic block, as it were, in those days. Now with the coming of the middle betters out of the northeast and the northwest, I think we will have a leverage if we do the needful for ourselves. Just like he rightly said, we should not have a black leg among us. Once there is a Judaist Herod, it becomes a problem. And the fear of Judaist Herod is usually emanating from the southeast. Because for the color of money, some of them will betray their mother. And be that as it may, they are going to beg them. There are some, say for example.
Some are saying this doesn't really...
hold on, my brother, I'm coming.
It's a bit to the south,
yeah.
southwest.
No, what I'm trying to say is that since
the
presidency, hold on.
Appointment is on the table, everybody changes their mind.
No, what he's saying is that, or rather what we are saying is that, since the presidency, everybody is arguing for or supporting the southeast for now. And they are arguing, say, for fair play. They've not tasted power for so long. Why don't you all come together and speak with one voice? The problem that we have there is one governor, I would not like to mention name, who was not, or rather who is not supposed to be a governor, who took fourth in a position but came first. How do you now expect such a person to turn against the Godfather that helped him? We all know who that person is. So, and you have so many of such persons. They have even refused to talk when Nnamdi Kanu was illegally arrested and repatriated to Nigeria. The voices against the federal government are coming from southwest and south-south, not from southeast.
Some are talking also from the southeast. If you go to the days, they are talking, but not as equivocal according to reports.
So at the end of the day, you now keep on wondering, what is wrong with our people? When in the north, you have the baddies, you have the terrorists, you have the herdsmen killing people. Some are declaring local government, installing their flags, imposing taxation. Government officials are negotiating with them. Is it the Sheikh Gumi or whatever? He is negotiating, taking pictures with them. Masari is taking pictures with them. You are saying you don't know them. But it's okay for you to arrest Igboho and Kanu has done nothing. All he said is that we need, a referendum, which is an acceptable norm in a democratic process. I can call for it. Everybody is calling for it. I want it. And that's exactly what the man is doing. He was arrested. You send the military, the military to his house to assassinate him, and he ran for his life. My brother, the problem is not Kanu. Kanu has done nothing wrong. Sunday Igboho has done nothing wrong. The problem of this country, they should look. Buhari.
Okay, all right, now this is where I put my foot down.
The presidency is the problem. The presidency is the problem of this country.
Honorable, calm down. You're letting your emotions override your sense of judgment right now. You just can't cast aspersion on the #1 citizen of this country. Hold on, let me finish. We have rules and regulations governing the airwaves. You shouldn't, please, defy these rules. Okay?
Okay.
I'm seeing the tempo right now. For that reason, I'm going to make you pause for a while.
Yeah, I have.
I will come back to you later.
I
Please
have taken
calm
a deep
down.
breath.
Watch your emotions, please. Don't cast as passion or accuse the person that is not really here to defend himself. People may differ.
Then why
Please,
don't you invite
please,
them?
Please, let's calm down. Obaraye, let me come to you. He went all emotional, so you should just calm down for a while for him to gather his emotions, to bring them to check. Still on this particular topic, because we'll take a break to go to another side of the discussion, still on the presidency. From what is going on right now, Bello made a very strong point, saying, look, it's not by zoning, it is by what you can do. And of course, the group also from the north says, look, if you really want the presidency, reverse your stand on the ban on open grazing. Don't forget also about the revocation of oil wells. Do you think these factors will play out to tilt the decision of the southern governors?
That's why I said they should not allow air enter into the argument. That is one. The secondly, there's no way we talk about Nigeria government or political system without not being emotional, because things are not really right. In a sane society, my brother, if you are not supposed to be scared as a journalist when somebody else is talking, but you are scared because of the failed system. Because by the time we leave, they will call on you to say, your people, this is what they said, and put money on it. And so that is why. So that is the reason why some of us we decided to also use other platforms like our Facebook, Instagram, to also start sending the message. Nothing is really going on well. How can somebody be scared of talking about somebody he casted this or vote for? I should be scared for a man that begged me, that told me that this is what you will get when you vote me in, this is what you're not going to get, this is that, and I casted my vote, and at the end the man has gone astray. I should not call his name to say, you have failed me. So it goes to show that the system we are, it's not working. So, but I think my heart bleeds. Things will get in well. The truth must be told, my brother. The issue of a group of people giving a warning that if you want presidency, allow open grazing. In a safe society, are we supposed to say that? If not that the government has failed. Are we supposed to be talking about open grazing when you already know that the cows in Nigeria, if we decide to use Sambisa forest for open grazing, we still have space. In a sane society, people are telling you the South must open the OS, we won't get presidency. It goes to tell you that before they speak, their leaders have told them what to do or say. That is one. The second, they were also talking about the Southeasterners not also getting their house right. It's true. The fight amongst the former governor and the present governor in Imo State goes to tell you where we are heading towards to. Can those two people come together when they said when the party now says, okay, let's go to Southeast, virtually let's go to Imo to pick somebody? Are you not going to cause more killing than what is being done now between the senator and the governor there? So it goes to tell you that their house are not together. Therefore, my very good friend who was being admired before as the youngest governor in Nigeria, Bello, my heart bleeds, because if in a state where a governor is still owing people over 18 months, 16 months, 10 months on paid salary, is using state resources to fuel up his campaign system, it also goes to show another failure that we are not supposed to even to be talking or giving him cognizance, because in a state society he should hide himself in shame, his face. He should cover his face with mud.
Many persons may differ in your opinion.
I'm not here to tell people to accept what I'm telling you. You just ask me a question. I get it now. So I'm telling you, in a society where the government is here to pay unpaid salaries, the man is shouting, wants to go. Is it not the same? If you cannot manage the little kogi they've given to you, can you not manage Nigeria? How can? So there are some people that are not supposed to talk, to keep quiet. I get it now. Didn't our leader speak about the Benue State governor now, who to me has endeared his heart to virtually all Nigerians? That in a sane society, that man is supposed to be given an award for standing in the face of tyranny, where others ran away, he stood his ground to say the killing is too much. Others ran away, others ran to Abuja to beg, to say, okay, take this one, we'll get this. Others accepted open grazing. But the man stood his ground to say, anywhere I will stand with my people. How many governors can shout that way? So to me, it's high time we start also discussing what is right. What is right for the very just now? Don't help Bello by mentioning his name at all. Don't help the other guy that was using sniper to kill people during the days of Abacha by mentioning his name. Because these are people that in a sense are not supposed to be seen. Our children are not supposed to be aware that these people look at the man that killed Kudirat Abiola. Look at the man that was not able to pay 18 months salary that said he wants to contest for governor. Our children are supposed to see those people at the back of the counter. So that when they are going up, they should know that people that did things wrongly, that is where they stay. Not celebrating people that has killed and maimed people in one way or the other. They might not have done it through gun. Do you know what it takes to hold a man 6, 8, 10 months salary? Mm-hmm. I'm asking. If that man hangs himself and dies, who has killed that man? Is it me? But you are there collecting your security vote for no reason. There's no security in the place. So there are some people that are not supposed to be talking. So if we even say, come and talk, they're supposed to say, Nigerians, I'm sorry. I will support anybody that is better off. Because you know you are not good. Are you telling me, is there anybody that would have come to see him in his office and say, my governor, you are not trying? When he knows that if he's leaving, there's a largesse for him or her. So that's what they go there to do, collect their own and say, we support him. As their feed. The people telling you they are supporting does not even have a voter's card. How many people virtually vote on election day? Simple question. How many people virtually vote? In my voting center, we have over 2,000 to 3,000 registered voters. Let's say we've lost 100 or 200 through maybe relocation and death. On election day, we've not gotten 500 or 600 votes one day. It's always like that. But when you tell them, they are the first to tell you, hey, you will just go there, they condemn and talk. There's also some religious people that is all over the world that don't also participate in voting. But they argue about governance. I've told my friend that is one of them that whenever election is coming, you strain your voice, you shout on it and this. But I've told you, why don't you look for in the nearest voting center to register? Say, no, my faith does not allow us to vote. But your faith allows you to discriminate, to talk about it. So you can see that we are our own problem. All right. We are our own problem. All right. Because by the time we finish talking, before you started, my leader just spoke some glowingly about something to me. And I told him, I said, since you are there, we'll be in. Because he's a man that talk and also practicalize what he's saying. Not after coming here, you go and say, just no. So until we start getting it right, to start asking the right questions, the right place at the right time, we will not get it well. What our SASAT governors is doing now is to see who is going to Senate, who the party will give Senate to. With the way they are decamping, are you supposed even to be talking about them? With the way they are decamping, a party went to beg a governor during the week to say, please don't decamp. A party that gave you their mandate. A party that is supposed to tell you, my brother, live here if you want to live. For you to have said it at all goes to show you are no longer with us. Is that the governor that will sit down in Lagos or somewhere where South governors are meeting, that you tell me he has the mind of everybody at heart? No, let's be factor to ourselves. Yeah. A governor that does not believe already on the people and the party and the structure that gave him his mandate. What about the kind governor was there too? That said he never knew that APC was this good. You never knew. You never knew. That now you are knowing.
So you are sensing distrust already in the gathering.
No, what I'm saying now is it what you don't know, that about 2 to 3 governors are decamping, and when they decamp, they still boastfully tell you that more are coming.
Thank you.
So we should be fair to ourselves. Is it these people that are now hold meeting? You know, somebody should believe them.
Thank you so much. We can just go on and on to really talk about this. We want to go for a break. Before that, I'd like Honorable Odigie to really summarize this particular segment. What do you think should be the way forward, taking a look at 2023?
Well, the way forward is one, the governors, the 17 governors, they should be united in their decision. And they should ensure, since the people are strongly behind them, and they should not waver. Though we anticipate that there might be black legs among them. And if they continue at this pace, definitely we will get the presidency in the south. Yes, you're going to have whalers from the north. Those are also are strategizing to get something from Ox. We should be less perturbed about that. And come rain, come shine, no matter what happens, if Nigeria must remain as one, presidency in 2023 must come to the south.
All right.
And that is our only condition.
Thank you.
Whether they ask us to go and open grazing, it is archaic. They have said so. They know so. Whatever reason why they are insisting on archaic practice, I don't understand. And we are no longer prepared to be taken backward to the 15th century. We are in the 21st century. We have moved beyond that.
Okay.
So please, just like they rightly said, Gowon, I read it yesterday, that we should not plunge Nigeria into another civil war, and the consequence of war will not be a beauty pageant. But I will also tell those that are oppressing us too, they are not going to get it lightly. But yes, what happened in 1967.
Thank you.
Okay.
I know where you're going to. I don't want you to go there, please. Let's just leave it at that. We want to go for a break. When we return, we're going to continue with other issues raised by the Southern governors when they met in Lagos for a summit. It's all about national development. Well, the views and opinion entirely theirs. It has nothing to do with ITV, but we'll make sure that for the rules and regulations governing the airwaves. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. This is TMI Sunday's edition. And right now, we're taking a look at the Southern Governors Forum in Lagos. Issues raised. We talked about the zoning formula, talking about the presidency. My guests have spoken their mind on it. I still have the same set of guests in the studio to take a look at another issue raised by the Southern governors. 3% for host community. We'll talk about the profits that will be accrued by the NNPC. And many have been talking about it for, against, why some feel so indifferent about it. Now the Southern governors are saying, look, there must be an upward review. Not 3%, that wasn't what they agreed to. It should be 5%. Obaraye, let me start off with you.
Yeah, thank you. Another very good story.
You call it story?
That was supposed to put food on the table of the Talakawas, but I think it's like the white good chase. The reason it's not far-fetched. We have the Super Deck. We have the NDDC. It is yet to manifest and put food on the table of the host communities. If you follow up and see the money that has been looted from MP and
Super Deck and
NDDC,
NDDC.
It's up to the money to build the entire Africa, not even West Africa, to build it to the signature of our eyes. But where are they to the individual pockets? NDDC will do roads, and the road, that same road will be in the budget again next year because they know it can't stand the test of time. They will do bridge and the same thing. So it goes to show that our leaders in the South should, first of all, again, as I said before, go back to the drawing board. If truly they've allowed themselves not to be greedy, they've allowed all what was entitled to us, the Southerners, to get to the table. The ones that are supposed to get to our pocket, get to our pocket. We won't be even clamoring for Southern president or no the other issue. I get it now. It was this same place you saw a leader from this place moving to outside the country to beg other country to say, let me put railway to your place? Is that not insane? Is that person supposed not to? That person is supposed to be able to salute, trying to check, because in your terrain there's no railway. You left your own to a place that is not oil producing to say you want to put railway there. Let's say yes, we are one Nigeria. When it comes to your turn, you put say one Nigeria. When it comes to their turn, they don't tell you anything about one Nigeria. That's why that is when they will tell you that this person is from this place in the core north and the other side of north. So I'm not in support of it totally at all, because it's like the one that has been there before, you are shouting for 5%. I think in the same society, there's supposed to be a scorecard on how SOPADEC, how NDDC, NNPC have gone to say, okay, when we are agitating for this, we can clamor for more. But NDDC has become a place where our leaders send their boys to raise money for them and for election too. That is what they do. You can see a few days ago, the number one in the end of affairs of NDDC was in Delta State to go and beg the 7 days ultimatum that was supposed to last few weeks ago too, given by government, Tompolo. It goes to tell you failure of leadership, where an individual gives government ultimatum. Failure of leadership, failure in the security lapses. The president coming, a minister coming to beg to say, please give us some time to do it. The forensic audit report that is supposed to be out since, because it concerns them as we speak to the very just now, it's yet to get to the table of those involved. And I also know it will also get to the light of the day. The reason being because when you check the people that have looted this industry, they are also from the place where the political and leadership sunset in Nigeria. So they are from there. You see the report of how they bought cow, how they bought ram for people that does not have oil. The report are online. So to me, my heart bleeds that our leaders, they have a bevy of ideas. What they just think about is when they wake up in the morning, where can we loot from? Where is the next place to loot? That is what they think. No one has come. NDDC would have been able to address all the issues concerning South-South, be it road, be it empowerment, be it employment, be it putting food on the table. NDDC would have been able to do it. But it was able to do it? No. It was able to grease the pockets of all those that have been in the hands of affair one way or the other in NDDC. Okay. And these same leaders, they are back again telling you that we want 5%, we don't want 3%. Actually, why not let us start with 3% and see what you've been able to do with it, so that you don't need to shout, we will go on the street.
So you're saying the 3% is okay because they couldn't account for the 5%, so all that percent is given to them.
God bless you. Yes, God bless you.
I'll come back to you, Obaraye. Honorable, you heard Obaraye say, look, 3% is just okay. After all, you just couldn't account for the ones given to you. Previously mentioned some establishments connected to the development of the Niger Delta region, even to the host communities. According to him, they performed far, far less than the benchmark.
Yeah, I heard him loud and clear, and I beg to differ. First and foremost, the 5% is an insult on us. Gold was discovered in Zamfara, and they are getting 100%. Why are we talking about 5%? We should move beyond that. We are talking of minimum 50%. This is the problem I have with Satanax. And that is why I said, they are 10 steps ahead of us. At this stage of the OVOX, we are still talking of begging, negotiating for 5%. Well, let us forget about the 5% or the 3%. Now, the PI bill was submitted to the House, the original bill. it was 20%. It was scaled down to 10%, from 10% to 5%, from 5% now to 3%. Granted, 3%. The annoying clause is that the host communities, they decided to include impact communities. What do they mean by impact communities? Pipelines passing Kogi, Castina, Kaduna, blah, blah, blah. They are now part of the host communities. And having the office of NNPC in Kaduna now qualify Kaduna as a host community. What an audacity. Where were our senators when they doctored that bill in their favor to include? How come? What I understand, geologically, if you have an oil well, if the valve is here, it is either 5% or 25% radiox that makes it impact and host communities. That is why if you go to a place like Gelegele and the environs, Ekewan, Uwoton, they are host and impact communities. Now, Kaduna that is 200 or 500 miles away from Warri or Orion local government becomes an impact community? What is going on that we don't know? And that is what we want to know. And that is what the governors from the 17 local governments are saying. We will not accept the 3% one, and we will not also accept the so-called impact communities that will be benefiting from the 3%, the unacceptable 3%. And at the same token, they turned around and phrased what they called the frontier basin that will be getting 30% of the profit from exploration. Haba. What happened? That is why we are appealing to all constituencies in the South. Call your lawmakers. Question them. Find out what happened. Were they sleeping? There's one thing I found out from the North. When they have issue or an assignment, as it is practice in other advanced clients, they take that idea or that assignment back to their constituency, call a town hall meeting for advice. They call SPACs. They were able to rewrite the original bill, which they brought to National Assembly. Why the Satanics, the Satan lawmakers, some came home, went to the beer parlor, and started, oh, I'm a distinguished, I'm a honorable. And at the end of the day, they went to the floor with nothing. But they came with a template. And they started working with their template. And at the end of the day, having been able to convince some of them, they called their traditional rulers to come and address the Southern lawmakers by compromising themselves, and they get away with murder. You see, the fault lies with our lawmakers, and the fault lies with us. We, the people, we don't know what we want. We don't know how to call our senators or our lawmakers to order. We don't make contributions. But we want to want to worship them. When they are coming, oh, you're honorable, sir. Everybody will stand up. Stand up for what?
All right.
We worship them.
All right.
We need, you see, one thing, when after the pronouncement, the Lagos pronouncement to my utmost surprise, the Southern House of Reps representatives issued a communique. Oh, we are in support of what the 17 governors said. Can you imagine? So the governors are now doing your job for you.
I'll come back to you on that.
When the governors ought to have said we are in support of what the reps, we have a problem.
I'll come back to you. Well, you heard him. He made a very strong point. He made a valid point. But do you think that the meeting of these governors will change anything? Do you think they're going to, like, increase it from 3% to 5%, and of course take care of other things they complained about? Obarai.
Yeah, if you listen to what my leader said, it started with he was not going to kowtow to what I was saying. But at the end of the day, he rounded up on what I said, that we are our own problem. I get it now. So let us first of all manage what we've seen, come back home, go back to the drawing board. Go ahead.
Manage what to see how.
No. Let's
yeah.
All this money still boils down to these people not even utilizing it well. Wow. Even if you give them all of them, they won't, it will go back to individual pockets. Our legislators from the South, by God's grace, I was privileged to have served as an aide to a representative, Honorable Razak Bello-Saigi, when he was in Abuja. And it was then I knew how things have been done over there. Our legislators don't have anything. They don't have any impact to whatever is going to happen at the Senate.
What made you say so?
Okay, let me tell you what is being done. If the bill is good for the leadership of the House, who, first of all, they've told this is what you need to do, we'll come with the bill and say this is what we're going to read today. He's the one that you say this following will come up today. So when it's up and he sees that the Southerners are agitating, they are in one voice speaking, even they can stage a walkout, they won't say anything. Later, because the law says so, he will use his discretion to say, let's put it on a voice vote. And no matter how you shout, if you like, let the eyes have it, let the nail have it, shout, hey! The one he decides to hit the mantle of becomes a law. I'm telling you. I get it down. So what our leaders do from the north is, you first of all, instead of lobbying, they just go to the leadership of the House, lobby them. This is what I want. And those ones will call the ones that disturb them in the House. Abaribi and Co, come. So and so they will be talking, so please, we want your support. The ones that don't want to answer, okay, go. It still boils down to the man that is going to say this is the reason and this is the way to go. So until Nigeria also restructure its entire system, where you cannot even speak in the House, if the leadership of the House does not point at you to speak, whatever you say becomes your.
Can they stage a walkout?
They've done it before. They did it before. Was there anything that went back to say this was the walkout did this? The PDP leaders in the House stood against the nomination and the screening of the Onoche.
All right. Now
they did their best.
You just hold on. I want to go for a break. When we return, we'll continue with this discussion. Do not go anywhere. If you just joined us, this is TMI Sunday's edition. Not to worry if you just missed out on some parts, you can go to our YouTube channel. All you need to do, just type ITV Radio Benin. Yeah, click on it. Go to our YouTube channel, click on the videos. You get to see our news and current affairs report. All of it are there in our YouTube channel. Even our Facebook page. Log on to it at facebook.com/ITV Radio Nigeria. Yeah, you get to see our programs on Facebook. You can still watch this broadcast on GoTV at about 12 a.m. Yeah, tomorrow, 12 a.m. Yeah, you watch it full broadcast of all the interview segments, so you don't need to miss any part of it. We're taking a look at the meeting of the Southern governors in Lagos issue raised. We're not talking about the 3% derivative. Obara is saying the ones they gave to us before, what did we do with it? He mentioned the corruption that took place, that is still taking place according to some reports in the NDDC. And of course, Owada is saying that is not the issue. His own pain is that people that are not supposed to be part of the host community, and of course, the affected radios, so to speak, are included in that. And what are our reps doing? Both the House of Representatives and, of course, the red chambers, the senators. What did they do about this? Obara, you were making your point before we went on that break. Yeah. You're saying nothing may just come out of it. After all, it's not in the purview of the members in the House to talk. Is the leadership talking about the president of the Senate? Yeah,
that was what I was telling you. We stopped at Onyochi being screened. How even the leadership of PDP protested to the House that she was an APC member, which they were asking, flimsy excuse to say, Madam, are you, she said no. I said, swear no to it. And the next day she was screened. And before she even left the chambers, her pictures and her number where she was registered in a ward in Delta State was already on social media, and nothing has happened. So it goes to tell you the type of country we are. Are you getting it now? So they shouted, but did it pass through? They're supposed to shout. Are you understanding now?
Yeah.
The same leadership you are singing about, that a governor of a state will decamp, and the next thing you see the senators, the reps decamping, as if it's supposed to be the same ideology. To me, you are representing us in the hollow chambers. So even decamping is not supposed to be even on your book at all. But the next thing you see a governor decamping on Monday, by Tuesday, Wednesday, the House of Rep members, the senators, all of them start decamping. Are you not also aware how a senator that looted NDDC and was caught at saying this is how much he has looted, and just because of politics had a handshake with the #1 citizen of this country a few days ago that he was decamping to the ruling party? Is it that man that will now say something in the House and you say he should not fly when you already met with the #1 citizen? So already, if you see what I started with, I said the political tripod of Nigeria is shaky, it's not standing. Because if it was not shaky, that it has a solid foundation, somebody would have been outspoken, and whatever he or she says will be heard. But now what are we hearing? Whatever they say, don't fly where they said it. All what they just say there is, if you are for this, say aye. And you hear somebody shouting aye, and the man say, those against say nay. Even when the nays at loudest, he say the eyes have it. You don't have to, the gavel is not also questionable. So it goes to tell you how they manipulate the entire system. Where the man, after giving them your vote, they go to Abuja, and when they come back, all what they expect from you is to lie down and greet them. If you don't do it, they tell people you are so rude that don't you know I'm a distinguished senator. As if what you've done is worth celebrating. So last time when I came to this studio less than 2 weeks ago, I said, the greatest impact is not our leadership. The greatest impact is we, the followership. Let all of us take politics serious. Don't let us say it from the angle or from the sideline. Let us participate fully. Let's get ourselves registered in a political party. Let's get our voters card. So when the time comes, the mindset we already have to say, we sent this person to House of Rep and he was not able to answer us. Even when the leaders decide, we'll go against it. It has happened before, and it can happen again. That the leaders decided to say this was the person they were looking for, they wanted. With all the money they had, what happened at the last? The people stood their ground to say, no, this is the man we wanted. And the man won against the leadership issue. So we must go back to the drawing board, not we saying it, write it on Facebook page, point to the TV, you go shock, you go do this. No, not there. Let it go and get shook in your nearest polling center. Let it go and get shook in the nearest party.
So you're saying for now there's no reversal of that?
No, let us forget about that. You don't waste your voice to it. I'm not feeling too well to start shouting. You should know that what we say here, they hear it, they know it. When you say it too much, they will tell you, the man is becoming so rude. What he has said since, even if it's not rude, has he said anything that is bad against the system of leadership? Where what you believe in is increment of your salary on monthly basis. Not thinking about the man that have not been paid salaries for the past 6 months. As our leaders stood up in their low chambers to say, we want to bring to the notice of this house that Kogi State Governor is yet to pay salary for the past 6, 8, 10, 15 months. Even if that is not your constituency, can't you say it? But you people are there just speaking English, speaking Latin because you want, it favors you this time. Then when you contest again, it does not get to you, you become somebody that will start soliloquizing at the sideline again to say, if I was there, I would have done this. When you were there, what did you do? Nothing. Obasanjo telling us that it's high time to form a new party. Why will you tell us that? You don't have right to speak for what is happening in Nigeria because...
No, you cannot say he doesn't have right to speak. He's a citizen of Nigeria, yes, so he has the right to speak.
He has the right to speak.
Yeah.
But to me, it's not now you tell us how to repair it.
Okay.
Because you were there. Wisi Omasha is sitting here today now. If Wisi Omasha does not say things right today, you don't have tomorrow to come and say, yesterday I would have said it right. No. Say it right today. Do it right today. And so that tomorrow you will be better off with what you have said, add upon it. Not trying to say the impulse, you know what you are saying. Though we know you are saving your job, but also sometimes be quiet, to be mute, so that we can...
Don't bring me into this, Obara.
Sorry.
Don't bring me into this.
We are friends. We can't deny our friendship at this point. So the truth must be told. Are you getting it now? There's no way. All these people we are saying now, they are all our friends.
Yeah.
In one way or the other. And some of us do right to them to say, this thing you are doing, leader, is not good. And if you are close to them, they will tell you, my brother, I want to do and I just tired. You don't know the way the Nigeria system be. I get it, but they will not say it to the open. When they get to the open, they will still tell you, so much to jam police jam dog. They will sing praises of the said government. All of them looking for second tenure, looking for positions in one way or the other. None of them want to do something that he or she can be remembered for. Right. If the Senate can screen on a card-carrying member of a party, and their voices were not heard, it goes to tell you the type of chambers that we are in.
Thank you so much, Obara. And that is your last line of this discussion.
If
your
I
last
may
line,
add
yes.
flavor to
He's
what
saying
he just
there
said.
is no going back according to for what he has seen from experience. Take it up from there as your last line, please.
Well, normally the issue or the problem that we have in NDDC and SuperDec and others is not peculiar to them alone. Nigeria is a corrupt society. It is part of our DNA for now because the rule of law, and we are trying to fight it.
We are fighting corruption.
And the way at which we are going, if we continue like this, Nigeria will go bankrupt because everybody is stealing or taking money, our commonwealth, sharing our commonwealth. So whether you give them 3%, 5%, 50%, they are still going to be manned by Nigerians. And it is a part of our DNA for now. And until we have a benevolent dictator who will come and sanitize the entire system from the top to the bottom, until we do that, we are going nowhere. We're going to have corruption as part of us. But
once we are fighting corruption.
But we are not fighting it in the right manner. It is what they call selective fighting. That is what they are doing.
Your own opinion.
So, yeah, in my own opinion. So not the opinion of you and ITV. So we are fighting selective corruption. But what we need to be done for now, we are calling a spade a spade. We must ensure that the illegal inclusion of the impact communities by the northern legislators must be expunged. Period. There's no negotiation about that. Unless they want to tell us that we are fools. Okay. And we must stand by that. And there are other issues that the governors raised. I didn't know that we were just going to talk only about 2 or 3. The time has come for we Southerners to wake up and shine your eyes. They are here. They are taking advantage of us because we are not united, because we don't speak with one voice. They are 10 steps ahead of us. They go back and discuss issues in their various constituencies, bringing experts to discuss before they take it to the National Assembly. Everybody should be part of the government. I will give you an example. A lawmaker that was elected today went to the House. They went on recess that same day, came back to his constituency, and they had a program. They now turned to him and said, come and give us your expert opinion on how legislature works. Somebody that just went there, what do you expect him to say? So at the same time, you see, we accord these people respect that is not even due to them.
All right.
Being there does not make you feel as if you are above every other person.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Your points well taken. You've heard them. Our time is up. We have to call it a wrap right now. One of my discussants is of the opinion that there's no going back to that, while the other is saying something can be done. The Governors Forum as a declaration, the Lagos Summit, Jesus barking without a bite. Do you think there'll be a biting after the backing, so to speak, right now of the Southern governors? All the issues raised, do you think they'll have the guts, the strength, the stamina, the temerity to see it through? We are all watching. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your wonderful analysis.
Thank you very much.
So much. All right, their opinion is theirs. It has nothing to do with ITV, but they did everything they can to follow rules and regulations governing the airwaves. All of you accusing me of saying, let them talk. We have rules. You have to know that we have rules and regulations governing the airwaves. We are bound to walk by those rules. See you next week, God willing.
Until we see you again.
Okay.